All right, let's dive in. Welcome to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
We're the place where we sift through all sorts of sources, articles, research, our own notes too,
Mhm.
and we pull out the most important bits, the real nuggets of knowledge and insight, just for you.
Exactly.
Today, we're tackling something absolutely vital, but maybe often overlooked. Flame-resistant workwear, FR gear.
Yeah, critical stuff.
Our mission here isn't just to say, here's what it is. We want to really get why it's so crucial.
Understand the fundamentals.
Right, and how it protects people, the actual mechanics of it, and, the clever thinking behind the design, the testing.
There's a lot that goes into it.
We're going to peel back the layers on this essential gear.
Yeah.
Materials, real-world stories, comfort, the whole deal.
It's actually quite fascinating when you look closely. We often take this kind of advanced engineering in, well, clothing for granted. Totally. But this isn't just a uniform. It's really a core piece of safety infrastructure.
That's a good way to put it.
And our sources for today, mainly a company website focused on FR workwear, plus their LinkedIn profile, they give us a really good comprehensive view.
Okay.
You get the products, sure, but also the history, the technical details. It's
Yeah.
all there.
So useful stuff.
Definitely. So whether you, the listener, are in one of those high-risk jobs, or maybe you're just curious about, safety tech,
Yeah.
this deep dive should hopefully give you some of those aha moments. It's a field that genuinely saves lives, but doesn't always get the spotlight.
Okay, so let's start with the big why. What kind of workplaces actually need this level of protection?
Right, the context.
You can probably guess some, but the sources list quite a few high-stakes areas. Oil and gas, for one.
Huge one.
Welding operations, obviously. Construction sites, chemical plants, manufacturing floors.
The energy sector, electrical work, lots of potential hazard.
Exactly. Think about the threats workers face daily. Flames, intense heat, those sudden electrical arcs.
Yeah, arc flash is incredibly dangerous.
It's really not just about being uncomfortable, it's life and limb stuff. Preventing injuries that could change someone's life forever.
And if we connect that to the bigger safety picture, FR workwear isn't just clothing. It's a key part of a whole safety strategy, a proactive one.
Okay.
Its main job, obviously, is direct protection, stopping burns from flames or heat. But here's something crucial.
What's that?
It also stops the fabric itself from melting onto your skin.
Oh, right. I hadn't thought about that specifically.
Yeah, a lot of synthetic fabrics, when they get super hot, they liquefy. And if that sticks to skin, it makes the burn way, way worse.
Yeah.
Much harder to treat.
Ouch.
FR fabrics, they're designed to char instead. They won't melt. That's a critical difference.
Makes sense.
And the sources also mention this anti-static property.
Anti-static. Why is that important?
Well, think about places with flammable gases or dust. A tiny static spark could be catastrophic.
Ah, right. An ignition source.
Exactly. So preventing that static buildup adds another really vital safety layer. Makes the gear pretty indispensable in those spots.
Okay, so with the stakes this high, who's actually making this stuff? Let's look at one of the companies involved. Arioka FR.
A key player mentioned in the sources.
And they're not new to this game. The sources say over 70 years of experience specifically in certified FR safety workwear.
70 years is a long time in any industry, especially safety tech.
And their overall brand history in Japan goes back nearly 80 years. That's quite a legacy.
It really is.
What I found really interesting was their story, their evolution. Arioka Co., Ltd., founded way back in 1947 by Ichita Arioka.
Okay.
Started out making student clothing, believe it or not.
Huh? Didn't expect that.
But then a big shift in 1968, they went exclusively into uniforms. And then another major move in 2011.
What happened then?
Under Shinichi Arioka's leadership, they expanded into specialized FR workwear. That's when they launched their Max Dyna brand.
Ah, Max Dyna. That name comes up a lot.
Yeah, it seems to be their core FR line. And this whole journey, from school clothes to high-tech safety gear, all based in Kurashiki, Okayama, Japan.
It really shows how deep textile know-how can adapt to meet, really critical modern needs.
It's a great example of that.
And that history, that expertise, it really explains the foundation for their Max Dyna material.
Right, the fabric itself.
It's not just any fabric. It's clearly the result of decades of material science, design work.
What makes it special, according to the sources?
Well, the core properties are laid out pretty clearly. It absolutely does not catch fire or give off flames when it's hit with heat or fire.
Okay, baseline requirement, I guess.
Yes, but crucially, like we talked about, it doesn't melt. That whole issue of fabric sticking to skin, it prevents that. That's huge.
Definitely a game changer.
And this material, the whole Max Dyna line, it flows directly from that half-century they spent designing workwear. It's a blend of traditional Japanese craftsmanship and modern innovation.
Best of both worlds.
Seems like it, but what makes it really stand out for the person wearing it every day, it's also lightweight.
Oh, that's important. Heavy gear is exhausting.
And it's durable.
Yeah.
And you can machine wash it?
Machine washable FR gear. That's practical.
Very. It just shows that you don't have to sacrifice usability or comfort to get top-level safety. It makes it a truly viable, everyday solution for workers.
Okay, so we've heard these claims, flame resistant, durable, doesn't melt. Sounds impressive.
It does.
But, when people's safety is literally on the line, how do we know it performs? How can you be sure?
Right. Proof is everything in safety.
This brings us to the whole world of certified standards, rigorous testing. Our sources mention specific tests like a high-performance welding protective test and a protective test against heat and flame. These aren't just marketing terms, right? There are numbers, classifications behind them.
Absolutely. And the level of detail in the testing is, well, it's genuinely impressive. It's what separates real protective gear from, just tough clothing.
Okay, break it down for us. Let's start with that welding test.
Okay, the high-performance welding protective test. One key measure is RHTI, Radiant Heat Transfer Index.
RHTI, what does that actually measure?
Think of it as how quickly heat travels through the fabric to your skin.
Ah, okay. So lower is better. Or higher.
Well, a higher RHTI value means it takes longer for the heat to get through. The source mentions a score of 14.4, which puts it in Class 1.
And Class 1 is good.
Yes, it means it's very effective at slowing down that heat transfer, gives a welder critical time, seconds, maybe even minutes, in an emergency.
Okay, that makes sense. What else did the welding test show?
Critically, after being exposed to extreme welding conditions, sparks, heat, there was zero ignition, no holes burned through, no burning droplets falling off.
Preventing direct skin contact, basically.
Exactly. And it's not just the main fabric either. Even the little things, buttons, Velcro, zippers, they're also flame resistant.
Attention to detail.
It has to be comprehensive. And importantly, this performance holds up even after washing. It's durable protection.
Which is vital if you're wearing and washing it constantly.
Absolutely. Longevity and reliability are key.
Okay, that covers welding pretty thoroughly. But what about, say, a bigger fire risk, more general heat and flame? How do those tests work?
Good question. That's where the protective test against heat and flame comes in. It looks at a different aspect.
How so?
Here, the sources mention an RHTI 24 score, and it's much higher, 779.4. That gets at the highest performance level, C4.
Whoa, 779.4 compared to 14.4. And what's RHTI 24?
Right, big difference. RHTI 24 measures something slightly different. How long the fabric can delay a second-degree burn when hit with a specific amount of heat.
Okay, so duration of protection.
Exactly. The 24 refers to a threshold related to the time it takes to reach that burn potential. At that C4 classification, it means it performs exceptionally well even under intense heat.
How intense?
The test uses a 20 kilowatts per square meter heat flux. That's a lot of heat energy hitting the fabric.
Yeah.
Much more than typical background heat.
So it handles extreme scenarios.
It meets or beats the C1 level, which is the baseline standard, even under that heavy load. And another key point here, this protection works right out of the box. It maintains its heat and flame resistance even without needing washing or pre-treatment first. Consistent protection from day one.
That's good to know.
And all these results, they're backed by FR marks. These come from ISO standards, that's international, and JIS standards, the Japanese industrial standards.
So recognized benchmarks.
Right. It means the gear meets widely accepted safety criteria. These numbers, these C ratings, they aren't just technical jargon. They represent real, quantified safety. Gives people confidence.
Confidence is huge in those jobs. Okay, so the protection side is clearly top-notch, very thoroughly tested.
Seems that way.
But let's talk about wearing it. We all know the safest gear in the world doesn't help if it stays in the locker because it's awful to wear.
True. Compliance drops if comfort isn't there.
Imagine welding for 12 hours in summer, wearing something heavy, stiff, hot. It's not just uncomfortable, it probably makes you less safe from fatigue or distraction.
Absolutely. Heat stress is a real danger too.
The sources specifically mention Arioka FR, focusing on enhanced safety and comfort. How do they actually manage that? Balancing hardcore protection with wearability.
Well, this seems to be where that half-century expertise in workwear design really shows. They understand the person inside the gear.
So what features help?
The Max Dyna material, besides being protective, is also noted as lightweight. That helps a lot over a long shift.
Definitely.
They also offer it in a 100% breathable cotton with moisture wicking. That's huge for managing heat and sweat, especially in hot environments.
Helps prevent overheating.
Right. And then there's the ergonomic design. It's cut to allow flexibility, movement. Less restriction means less fatigue, maybe even better productivity.
Makes sense. Less fighting against your own clothes.
Exactly. And we already mentioned it's machine washable, which is just practical for everyday use. Keeps it clean, makes it last.
So it's not just the fabric tech, but the overall garment design.
Precisely. And that LinkedIn post added another layer, talking about balancing protection with fashion industry standards and even sustainability.
Interesting. So a modern approach.
Yeah, it shows they're thinking holistically about the wearer, the look, the environmental impact, not just the hazard protection, though that's paramount.
That balance sounds good on paper, but does it work in the real world? What do the actual users say?
Well, the sources have a section on that too. Decades of trust. What our users say. Real testimonials.
Okay, let's hear some. This is where it gets real.
Right. So for workers in, like, the auto or motorcycle industries doing welding, one user says, you can work safely even if sparks fly.
Of course you must be careful. Always the disclaimer. But still, that's confidence.
It is. It speaks to that peace of mind.
What else?
Another one from manufacturing, also welding. It's cheaper than welding protectors and lasts longer than the cheapest apron, so it's very helpful.
The economic argument. Durability pays off.
Exactly. Safety and cost effectiveness. Then from construction and engineering, a welder notes. The fabric is sturdy and suitable for welding work. I would like to buy it again.
Simple, direct. Repeat business is a good sign.
Definitely. And here's a great one from general construction. I switched from thick cotton caused burns.
Okay.
Now, burns are reduced, and my pants last 3 times longer, making them more economical.
3 times longer. That's a tangible benefit right there. Fewer burns, saves money.
That really sums it up, doesn't it? These real stories, they show how good FR gear translates directly into, well, multiple advantages.
Yeah, it's not just one thing.
It's increased safety, fewer injuries, absolutely. But it's also cost savings through durability and that less tangible but crucial element, peace of mind.
That construction worker seeing pants last 3 times longer, that's ROI you can measure.
Precisely. It shows how investing in quality gear isn't just an expense. It pays back over time. Reduces replacement costs, keeps people safer.
And it underlines that idea of making fire safety more accessible, right, through gear that works and lasts.
Exactly. Practical, reliable solutions that make a real difference in people's daily work lives.
Okay, so that covers the standard gear. But not every job is the same. Not every company needs the exact same thing.
True, customization is often needed.
And the sources mention Arioka FR offers custom solutions. It's not just off the shelf.
What kind of customization?
Things like industry-specific designs, tailored features for welding versus, say, electrical work, different needs, different designs, and obviously size and fit options, adjustable sizing, custom fits. Making sure it fits properly is key for both comfort and safety, right?
Absolutely. Poor fit can snag, restrict movement, or leave gaps in protection.
They also do OEM branding, putting company logos on the gear.
Standard practice, but important for companies.
But it's not just the gear itself, it's the whole package. They talk about fast logistics.
Meaning?
Streamlined delivery, domestic and international. Quick turnarounds, tracking, global shipping. Getting the gear where it's needed, when it's needed.
Logistics are crucial, especially for large or remote operations.
And after-sales support. Things like warranties, returns, even 247 customer service.
That level of support builds trust.
But, it raises a question, if they're doing custom orders, maybe large ones, how do they ensure the quality is always spot on, especially for safety gear?
That's a really important question. Consistency is non-negotiable.
So how do they address that?
The sources mention their quality assurance processes pretty explicitly. It sounds like rigorous testing and quality control happen at every stage.
Not just at the end.
No, throughout the process, ensuring consistent performance for every garment, standard, or custom. This includes pre-shipment testing, having the right quality certifications.
Like the ISO and JIS ones we talked about?
Exactly. And offering performance guarantees. It's this whole ecosystem. The tailored design, the support, the meticulous quality control that shows a deep commitment.
Commitment to the product and the customer relationship.
Right. And in high-risk industries, that kind of reliable partnership is essential. You need to trust your supplier completely when it comes to safety.
Okay, so wrapping this up. what does this all mean for you, our listener?
Yeah, the takeaways.
We've taken this deep dive into Arioka FR, seen their long history, nearly 80 years,
Impressive lineage.
and their innovative Max Dyna material. It really seems like a multifaceted solution for workplace safety in hazardous spots.
It's more than just fabric.
Right. It's backed by solid, quantifiable testing, designed with actual wearability and comfort in mind.
That balance is key.
And it's all supported by custom options and dedicated service. This dive really showed how specialized gear like this isn't just box ticking. It genuinely improves lives, protects livelihoods.
Big peace of mind.
Exactly, for people doing some really tough, really important jobs. So thanks for joining us on this exploration.
Yeah, it's been interesting. And maybe a final thought to leave with everyone.
Go for it.
In a world where there's so much information, sometimes hidden in technical documents, really digging into the details of something like FR Workwear, it reveals incredible ingenuity.
Sure.
You see the dedication behind ensuring everyday safety. How often do we actually stop and appreciate these sort of unseen layers of protection that let essential work happen?
Not often enough, probably.
So I just encourage you to stay curious. Think critically about the safety measures all around us, even if you don't wear FR gear yourself. It's a fascinating area, full of innovation, all aimed at that single, vital goal: keeping people safe.
A great point to end on, allowing people to go home safe after a tough